Okay, so this is the agenda, what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to give a quick overview of CCPD if you don't already know. And then we're going to go through the career resources. These are the 4 that we're going to be talking about. You guys are already in Handshake, so you've kind of seen an overview of your dashboard, and we'll be following through on that today. So our mission. Our career development experts prepare students to succeed in work and life by providing customized, innovative, and comprehensive career resources. So basically, again, what I said on the first slide, we want you guys to succeed. Some of the resources that we provide are resume building, cover letters. We also do a lot more so at the Macon campus because, you know, it's a traditional campus. The career and personality assessments and choosing a major and things like that. So of course we provide it for all of our students. And if you need any interviewing or internship information, we also provide that service to you all. Now, the big stuff. So what we're talking about today, again, Handshake is our overall platform that we use with the office, and it's going to be pretty much your tool for everything career services related. Everything from scheduling appointments with us to contacting other alums or students, as well as employers. And also the things, like I said, we're going to be talking about today, the different additional resources, Career Shift, Big Interview, and Job Scan. I'm super excited to show y'all. It's basically where all of that is housed for Mercer students and alumni, just be aware of that. So even after you graduate, when I graduate, I'm still going to be utilizing Handshake, which I'm excited about. So these 2 quotes are pretty important to me. I like them. Using all your resources wisely is key for growth, which opens up success. Unfortunately, most don't realize this, and the door of opportunity stays closed. It's by Lincoln Patz. And my favorite things in life don't cost any money. It's really clear that the most precious resource we all have is time. And that's by Steve Jobs. So when you read these quotes, or when you heard me saying them, what did those quotes mean to you all? What did everybody think?
Availability.
What do you mean? Elaborate.
Because the stuff is available, you just gotta utilize it, and you got to, you know, go in and use it.
Right,
yeah,
right.
Use it.
That's exactly what it meant. That's exactly what I wanted to point out. I mean, at the end of the day, I keep saying we want you guys to succeed professionally, but also realizing that takes a little bit of time. Like she said, I've been working on it since August, and I've kind of got it, but of course there's still stuff for me to learn and figure out. And also, I mean, some of the things that I know y'all kind of see it, but we're going to go over it in a few seconds, like big interview. I feel like I'm a pretty decent interviewer, but I can always be better, you know? So the point I really wanted to say to you guys, you can go from being just good to like extraordinary just by taking a little bit of time and utilizing the resources that are available to you. So just remember that as you continue on your career, or if you're starting a new career, just keep remembering that. All right, so the big stuff. So what we're doing today, Career Shift. So that's the first one we're gonna use. Career Shift is a tool. That's one of the ones I'm really still like figuring out and trying to understand all the pieces to the puzzle. I want y'all to kind of pay attention to this. If you get lost or if you're trying to figure it out right now, this is the path we're going to use every time. So if you look on your dashboard, you're in Handshake already. You're going to look at the top, it says Career Center, and then it says Resources on the drop-down menu. And the drop-down menu will bring you Career Shift, or the other tools we'll see in a second. But basically, like I said, Career Shift is kind of similar to LinkedIn. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. It also is kind of similar to Handshake, not in the look, but more so in how it functions. It's like, basically, Kim says to me all the time, remember, finding a job is a job within itself, and you should treat it as such. So Career Shift is kind of a tool that you can use to basically keep your jobs that you're applying for or searching for, you should keep them. Hi guys, how are you? You should keep them as keep them in mind, keep them organized, and Career Shift is a way for you to kind of do that. The other ways that it's beneficial is it gives phone and email contacts, job listings, alumni information, and it's all on hand to you. Again, even as an alumni, you can still get that information. And the difference with Career Shift versus like a LinkedIn or versus like Handshake. Handshake is specific to the employers that subscribe to us are specifically looking for Mercer alumni. With Career Shift, it's everybody. It's international, it's national. And the good thing is because it's subscribed with Mercer, you might find an alum that works for a company you're interested in, but it's linked to, you know, an account with Career Shift. So it's kind of cool in that way that, you know, it pulls all this different information and it's open and available to you, but at the same time, you don't have to go out into the website. It's kind of like right there for you in a portal of itself. So we're going to take a look at Career Shift now. I'm going to go to it.
So I've really been wasting my time at DOL.
What's DOL?
Department of Labor.
Probably. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, not at all. Hey, any way that you can find help to find your job or a new career path for you or someone else, it's never a waste of time. Hey, how are you doing? It's never a waste of time, so don't think of it that way. But again, remember I said my path. I'm in Handshake right now. Logging in. I think Kim's going to help out with the people that just walked in. But you want to click on Career Center and go to the drop-down menu and go to Resources. And then it's going to take you to our portal with the additional resources. So I'm going to click on Career Shift first. Now, again, I already have an account, so it'll be different when you first log in, but you guys will be able to do that once you pull it up. So I'm going to click on the hyperlink right here. Excuse me. Again, remember that you're not going to have to pay for anything because you are a student, so we've already like covered all of that. So all you have to do is sign up. I have a member login, so I'm going to do that real quick. Now, that's what I was gonna say. You need to use your Mercer email, but I honestly kept all my information the same that I do for my login. So it's my Mercer email address and my Mercer password that I use so that it's easy to get into and connect with. So once you get logged in, I know some of you are probably like setting up your account right now. But once you get logged in, your dashboard looks like this. So it's kind of like, again, like I said, it's similar to Handshake in the fact that it has a dashboard, different resources for you to use. You kind of just have to figure it out. Go ahead.
With that Mercer email, do you want us to use our full name, first name, last name, or the number? And
I use my name,
okay.
but I know that like some people do use their Mercer like number with the email and it logs in fine. I don't do that, so I'm not. I don't know if that's like the best thing. I would suggest it, but I'm not saying it's going to hurt anything.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
So you say when I get to Career Shift, what do I do?
So when you get to Career Shift, did you click on the hyperlink?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it came up Stephanie.
Yeah, click on the word Career Shift.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, okay. Click on the hyperlink right there.
Oh, here. And then create.
And then, yeah, then the login.
Gotcha.
So you don't have, sorry, you don't have to. So sign up. And then you'll put the information in using your Mercer email address. Then make up your own password. You can use the same one. Sign up for anything. Click up sign up now. No, you're in the right place. You can go back. Click back link. Sign up now. The yellow button. There you go. And you're logged in. And that'll ask you it every time if you don't click the do not show again. But it's just kind of like a tutorial, basically. So am I going too fast?
No, you.
Okay. So I'm gonna keep talking while y'all are trying to log in and just show y'all the different, if you wanna like glance back and forth, just about like the cover of it all. Like I said, there are some tutorials. When you first log in, it'll keep showing you a screen that says, this is how you use it, try it out. So if you don't click do not show again, it'll always pop up, but you'll see what I'm talking about when you guys actually log in. Also, there are videos in the right-hand corner. If you click it, it'll just show you, again, like another tutorial, just showing you how to use it, how to log into certain things. And also, I mean, a quick YouTube search, you can find the same information if this isn't working for whatever reason. It also has some articles and things that you can read over and more tips about just career advice in general. And also, like I said, you guys, it's basically, or the way that I've seen it most successful for usage is like a job tracking tool. So basically, I'm just gonna give a quick example. I'm not applying for this job, but if I was gonna apply for this job, I have my list already set up. So if you go back to my dashboard, you go back to my dashboard, I have 2 jobs, no contacts, no companies, no documents. Now I'm in education, so I find other resources that are more helpful for me, but depending on your major, like I know I have a friend in accounting, and so I looked up Ernst & Young. It's a big accounting firm in Atlanta. Their CEO or like AVP was on it. So like, that's huge. Yes, ma'am. No, you're fine. You're fine. Oh, okay. I thought she was, I'm sorry. So yeah, so their CEO's information was on there and you can check it out. So again, like I said, if I was going to apply for this student advisor position, I have the listing for me. I can click pending if I applied but I haven't heard anything yet, or if I got accepted the offer. It keeps all that information for you stored. And also, if you want to store like your resume or your cover letter or anything like that, it kind of like keeps it for you. And if you decide to apply for it, I think it'll go like, yeah, here at the top, if you click on go to job listing, it goes to it for you so you can log on to the account and submit your application through that. So I mean, it's more of a job tracking tool for you. If you want to elaborate more, Kim gave me a really good example, but I feel like she explains it better. So if you want to elaborate on that, on how it can be utilized.
Is like Indeed.com, which is a job board, with LinkedIn.com, which is a networking tool on
Exactly.
Really,
All together.
Really, it's combined the 2 mechanisms, really not those products, but the capability for you to job search, find a job posting, then click into that job or company and find contacts there, because candidates continually tell me they don't know who to address their cover letter to. This will help you. The other thing, as a career counselor, I note that most job seekers are not tracking their job search. And so they have no idea how many jobs they've applied for in the last month or the last week, and they don't even know what they're called. Well, that is not a real efficient practice for job searching. That's very passive, flippant, like anything goes kind of job search. The career shift is what we call the job hunting management. It tracks it like a marketing campaign. Like if you were a salesperson that was in charge of selling you your service or product, it's going to track all your job search activity. And you can drag jobs over into a folder and know exactly how many jobs you applied to in the month October, and know how many contacts you found there and how many times you emailed them, or if you sent a cover letter to that job.
So again, this is just an overview. If you want more information on any of these, you can always set up an appointment in Handshake with Kim, or if you want to meet with some of the other counselors if she's not available, that's all available to you in your Handshake account, and they can go over more in detail about that. So I'm gonna keep moving. But again, if y'all have any questions, don't forget, stop me if you need to. Okay, so going back to the PowerPoint. So next, JobScan. This is probably my favorite. JobScan is a tool that gives job seekers an instant analysis of how well their resume, CV is tailored for a particular job. So basically, this is what JobScan looks like. I'll try to go to the website too when we get finished, or when I get finished with the slide. But basically, jobs today, or companies today, organizations, they use what's called an applicant tracking system. So basically, they'll take, let's say 50 people apply for an administrative assistant job, but they don't want to look through 50 resumes and cover letters. They're going to go over and use their applicant tracking system, and they're going to put all of the people who applied to the position, they're going to put it in the system, and then whichever one matches the closest to their job description, they're going to pull those people. So say 50 people apply, but the tracking system only pulls 12, but they only want to interview 5 people. Like that makes a smaller pool for them. So it makes their job easier, basically. And so what JobScan does, it helps you get to the point, to the closest possible match that you can, basically. So when you get done, they'll build, like I said, an analysis. And so it'll shoot out to you. Let's say you got a job and a job description. It shoots out 50%. JobScan, it usually suggests that 80% is the best, like you have the best possible chance of getting picked or chosen through the system that way. But I found that I even applied for a position, and I think I had like about 50-60% match, I think 58. And I remember sitting with Kim, looking at my resume and everything, and I said, well, I don't even think I'm she asked what, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you think you can do this job? Like, what's your number? And I said like 7. And she was like, so think of your job that way. If you're going to use JobScan, if you're only at 7%, then you want like about a 7. So I got about, like I said, 56, 58, something like that. And I was like, honestly, I don't know if I can do it anymore, and I need to apply for this job. So I did it, got a job interview. So, I mean, it really, I really believe in this product. I think it really works. So again, I'm going to go to JobScan really quick so we can get an idea of it. So,
May I say something real quick?
sure.
It's just about resume customization. Honestly, that's what the JobScan tool is all about. You must customize your resume to the job announcement. If you're not doing that, you're likely not to get any results at all.
It's so true. Again, just using myself as an example, I felt like before I started my internship, I had been applying to things. I was working in another position, and I was like, nobody's calling me. And I always customize my cover letters, never customize my resume. And so I sat down with Kim about an hour, and I was just like, by the end of it, I was like, this is never gonna work. And then all the tools and information that she gave me, I went back, I did it, I used JobScan. I'm just saying, it works. I believe in it. So again, remember my path, what I was telling you guys. I'm at Handshake, I'm on the dashboard. I'm gonna go to Career Center, I'm gonna go to Resources, and I'm gonna click on JobScan. I'm gonna click on the hyperlink, JobScan by Stephanie Swanger. So that's where I'm gonna click. Now, on here, it says you'd have to make an appointment to utilize it. Right now, we want students to kind of come to us, and if you find a job that you're very, very interested in, please be sure about it. But if you find something you're really interested in, try to make an appointment beforehand, and then we'll be able to do it through the system for you. You can, however, go to the JobScan website if you want to do it yourself. You get about 5 scans, and that's it. So that's why we really want you guys to come to us, because you can do it for free. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff, or like how many times you can scan it. So again, just when you do make the appointment, be ready with the customization and the job description, prepared to give it to Kim, or again, any other staff member that you work with. So I'm gonna show you the website. JobScan. I think it's calm. I think it's JobScan.com. Hold on. I forget what the website is exactly. Forgive me for that.
Oh, it's jobscan.co.
CO, that's what it is. Right, I was gonna say, I feel like it doesn't have the www, but it's the M. So again, this is what the normal website looks like. I've made an account for myself, but again, if I want more, I would have to pay for more. So again, it's helpful to go to your, exactly. It's so helpful to use your resources that you have, like we talked about, utilize all your resources. So, and again, you can do like 5 scans for free if you don't have time or whatever. But so I'll just show you a trial resume and job description. So this is something that the website already does, and it picks it up just like that. So I would have clicked submit, but the website like does it itself when you click on like try sample. So that's basically once you click submit, you've got the resume on one end, and you've got the job description on the other hand. Once you click submit, this is what'll pop up, and it'll be a whole analysis of everything that's written on your cover letter and things that you need to work on or things that you might be missing. And your career counselor can go over it with you and how to, again, customize your resume or cover letter even more than you already have. So it's very helpful. It's a really, really helpful tool. All right. So any questions about JobScan? I kind of got it? Okay. So finally, big interview. So if y'all noticed, I went from career shift to JobScan. Now I'm at big interview. Now, if you think about it, the way your professional development would go, you're looking for a job, you want to apply for the job, and now you're at the interview stage. So you get the job. Let's say you got the job. I'm giving you guys a scenario. So let's say you came to Mercer, you were a nurse for 15 years. You want to come to Mercer and completely change your life and be in banking. So you get into a program, you do all the necessary things. Let's say you're an accountant. I'm going to even say banking, but let's say you're an accountant. So it's totally different, but the point I make is you got to learn how to apply yourself and be prepared for an interview for banking, but you've been sticking people in the arm your whole life. So now you got to get prepared for that. So what Big Interview does is it's, again, an interviewing tool that helps you. Again, your career counselors are always there to help you. But at the end of the day, if you need something at 12 o'clock at night and you never got to make an appointment with Kim, then you have this other tool here, even as an alumni, I want to keep reiterating that you can use to get prepared. And also the cool thing about Big Interview is there's a learn, a practice, and resource mastery. Yeah, no, I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about like the top part of it. Y'all see in a second. I'll show you what I'm talking about. But basically, like you can learn information and tips, but then the practice portion is like where you can basically do mock interviews. So it has different industry type of questions, everything from, again, nursing to banking to government to graduate admissions. Sometimes you have to do interviews for those programs. So it has everything you can possibly think of. I remember counting like at least 33 specific industries. So, I mean, that alone impressed me a lot. So we'll go to this. Again, don't forget your career path. So let's see. I'm back at the Handshake dashboard. And if y'all notice, I'm always clicking on the top part. If I'm somewhere else in Handshake and I don't know how to get back, I always just click on the logo and it takes me right back to my main dashboard. So I'm gonna click on Career Center, Resources, and I'm gonna go to Big Interview. It's that hyperlink. Now, I'm gonna click Career Center, Resources, and then I clicked Big Interview. So then you click on the first hyperlink. It says Mercer students to create an account. So I have an account, so I'm going to log in. But what you want to do is register first. Mercer students, that hyperlink. So you guys have to click register and make an account. So I'm gonna go ahead and log in because I already made one, so. And I did the same thing I did before, my Mercer information. So you know it's me. I did it wrong because I am definitely not a robot and I didn't tell them that. So I'm gonna click I'm not a robot. Let's see, cars.
Don't worry, it's to everybody back here.
Okay, sign me in. All right. So when you register your account, you'll get to this page. Got a new dashboard, new thing to play with. Oh, my tools, this is what I was thinking of. Anybody need help?
They have to know your age. That ain't your business. You get real personal right now. You know the other, yeah, I think the same thing. You got to slow down, break it.
Is this the right screen?
Yes.
Oh, great.
Okay. And then you just do this.
Okay.
And just you can just type in your
Now, can we customize this based on 2 different industries? So,
two different.
right, you mentioned that using the nursing, you've been working in nursing, but you're going to school for accounting. Can you look for jobs in both industries?
So Big Interview is, you can look if you want to, but Big Interview is to help you with the interviewing tool. So it's not going to like ask you 2 different questions. Yeah.
Whichever position that you're applying.
Right. So it's going to ask you like questions about accounting in one section, but it might ask you questions about admissions interview for graduate school in another section. So it's not going to be like merged, but if you want to look for jobs with all that, you can look at Career Shift or Handshake. So it'll be more like specific with each section.
Okay.
So again, the dashboard looks like this when you first open it up. If I click start here, it'll go right into videos, but the fast track is like just a set of opening, like orientation videos kind of explaining stuff to you. And the mastery track is a little bit more in depth. You want to talk about this or elaborate on it? Any? I looked at some of the fast track and I was kind of like, okay, I want to practice.
I've got 2 teachers back here. There's
Okay.
just like questions in there for teaching.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Okay. So in fast track or mastery.
Go up to the top, yeah, and click practice. And then
Let's go to practice questions.
And then industry, see the yellow one?
Yeah. I didn't mean to do that.
Industry, you'll be able to see your alphabetical order. I think it's
Teaching profession. K through 12.
Teaching profession. Practice.
Did everybody else see it? I know y'all aren't in teaching, but did everybody see how I got there? Okay, so practice by industry, and then when you click by industry, you go down to your profession. Yes, ma'am. Yep, right here. So teaching profession. Do I need to do K through 12? Okay. So we got some teachers in the back, so we're gonna utilize them for a second. So if I click K through 12 teacher, that's just the first thing. Don't allow. So we're not gonna actually record anything, but you'll see what I'm talking about. And I will say this, I had an interview where I actually had to do it on video and send it in. That was the first round. So I've done stuff like this before. So when I saw this was really cool because it was something I already seen, but I know that if I would have had this prior, it would have definitely prepared me more. So what it does is, again, it records you, and then you can go back and look at your videos after you've completed all the questions, because it's like a list of them on the side. So it's a list of like 13 questions, just like you're in a real interview. And you can go back, and while they might not be what you actually get asked, because you don't know really what they're gonna say, it's a good tool to help you like kind of get prepared and get in the interviewing mindset. So they literally ask you questions. So,
Now, for those of us that are human service majors, what, I guess, industry would we select? Because that's not an option.
What are you looking to do?
In the practice.
To do?
Oh, in terms of.
Like what type of job? Yeah, what type of job?
Maybe case management.
What's your one that says nonprofit or something?
I feel like, yeah, I was gonna say like what type of, because I really feel like there was something was catered to you. Yeah, at the bottom.
tell me more about your accomplishments.
Yeah, so that's what it sounds like. It's somebody literally talking to you, almost like you're in an interview. And it, like, if you have a camera, it, like, again, records back to you. So you want to be able to do it in front of a camera so it can catch your mannerisms.
I love it because it gives you a little bit of those jitters because you know that camera's looking at you and you're recording, so it can better simulate the little of the jitters that you have in an interview. Even though you know nobody's looking at that video,
Exactly.
it does put you on the spot to record a constructed answer.
Yeah, exactly. I had, I forgot, I think it was for a class or something like that. And we all had to do kind of a video like this too, same thing. And I remember the person was sitting on a medicine ball. And so the average eye wouldn't notice, you know, what was going on. But the teacher used this person as an example in class and was like, so I knew you were bouncing the whole time, because when you sit on a medicine ball, you kind of sit there, but you know, it kind of moves. So the professor was like, so I knew you were sitting on something not sturdy just because I saw you doing like this. And it was by accident, but because she was recorded, you could see it. So it was helpful. So like, you know, she basically was like, when you interview, you cannot do that. Like, that's not smart. Just because nobody might know what you're sitting on, but that's not professional, right? And so you want to look as professional as possible, even though you're probably in your house relaxing with no pants on. So you want to be sure that you're always in that mindset. And so this is a helpful tool for that. Sure. This one?
Yeah.
Engineering, mainly. And then, like I said, this is graduate questions, residency, medical residency. I have a friend that works for the government. She does data analysis. So it's like, this would be so helpful for her. She's not a Mercer student, but again, it's all kinds of tools for all different types of people. And then what you'll find, or industries, I should say, but what you'll find is you click on My Tools at the top, go to My Answers. I don't have anything saved yet, but this is where it would end, or I think this is where it would end up if you do your practice questions, but then these were your videos that you would record. So you go to My Videos. Click. All right, guys. And then also one other thing I wanted to point out with this is, you see how it says resume curriculum at the learn section, which is basically your normal dashboard. When you complete all of it, at the bottom, you'll see it says 13%. And the more you go, the more you'll see that you finished. When you're done, I believe it pops up right here. And then that's another tool on telling you how to utilize a big interview more. So again, all these tools are here, and they have tutorials if you don't have time to meet with one of your career counselors. So there's so many things that you can use. And even if you can't figure it out directly, there's so many tools on top of the resource that help you use it, if I didn't even explain it well enough for you. So I just want y'all to be aware of that and don't get frustrated. Just take some time and play with it, you know? So moving along, finally, Handshake. Everybody knows Handshake. Or let me ask you, did you guys have any questions about big interview? Sorry. Okay. So finally, like I said, Handshake. We've been in Handshake this whole time. So you literally have to be living under a rock to not know what Handshake is at this point. It is for your benefit as a Mercer student, as a Mercer alum. We want you to use it. Again, in order to meet with a career counselor or career professional, you're going to have to use Handshake. We want you to activate it. It's free for you. And it is similar, like I said before, to LinkedIn, except it is for Mercer students and alums. So that's the benefit for you. The people or the employers that are subscribed to it are looking for you and people like you that went here. So that's the most important thing to remember about Handshake.
Can you talk about bullet number 2?
Sure. Create a public profile and showcase resume to employers. So again, it's like LinkedIn in a sense. I will say I have to do better about my Handshake profile myself, But I will show you what I'm talking about. So if you click on your name at the top right-hand corner, my profile doesn't say a lot. I don't even have a picture. But I know that I've seen a couple of people, including an intern that was in my program before me, that used to work in the office. I saw his profile on there. So again, it looks like LinkedIn in the sense of like, I could connect with him. But I saw all his information and knew he was in a part of our program just simply by the little information that he already had in there. So this is when I say public profile, it's public to Mercer students and alum, but I would just add everything in, like my job, work experience, my organizations that I'm a part of in school, and even if you want to add some things that you might be a part of that are outside of school, some of the courses that are relevant to your job, that your job descriptions that you're interested in. And also projects. I know my program does a lot of group projects and presentations. When we write a paper, usually we have to write a huge research paper for the entire course, and it'll come out with a project that we have to do or present. So it's something I probably should look into doing, like as far as like how we do our program. But you know, everybody has different curriculum, and so they have different things that they have to do. So that's where you would stick it here. Interest, I did put some interest up here. I probably need to utilize, change that. And again, just utilize my page a little bit more. But the cool thing is nobody's viewed it because I don't have anything up there. So I need to do a better job. But the point is, it is there for my use. And again, this is the one thing I was talking about on the side right here. These are people that are in my program that that are on, usually they're on the Macon campus if I don't know them by name. But I know for sure Vernon is, so he's a really cool guy. But so I love the fact that it finds all those people that are similar to me that are in education programs, so that I can link with them and become I think, yeah. So I'd have to make this visible. So this is his page. This is a good example of somebody's page. But I clicked make visible, and then it showed me all the information about him.
To make your profile visible, you just click your name and go to settings and privacy. There's a little checkbox in there.
Settings and privacy, my information, reset the password, all that good jazz. And then also in Handshake, if you click at the top, click on jobs, you can search stuff. So let's see. I'm interested in a job in San Diego. I'm really not, but let's just try it for stance. That's not a good example. I'll just click full-time jobs. Clear all. Full-time jobs. So things pop up in Decatur and Jacksonville and Charleston. And so I can apply. If my page was up to par, I'd be able to click on the job and then apply. And it'll say, it depends on the job, but it says apply externally. But it has all the information I need. So all I have to do is go to their website and then apply for it.
In order to apply for a job that the employer is using Handshake for the application, you have to have an approved resume. So when you upload your resume into Handshake, it automatically, whether you know it or not, I'm telling you now, it automatically prompts the staff to review your resume. So if you want a 5 to 10 minute review of your resume, uploading it is a really quick way to get that, because you're going to get it.
And they show you.
Decline it or approve it. If we decline it, we give you specific feedback and or say you need to come see us if it needs significant work. So you must have an approved resume to actually have that application go visible to the employer. Now, if they direct you out of Handshake to their external company link, you can apply through their system.
I noticed when I uploaded my resume, when I tried to upload it to
There's my
the
document.
well, on my profile, even though I had already entered all the data that I wanted in my profile, once I tried to upload my document here, it automatically took all of my data from my resume and populated it change my whole profile page.
I'm not aware of it doing it automatically.
yeah.
You might have to teach me about that.
When
But I
I
know
tried
there's
to
a
do
button
it,
I
it automatically did it, so I just deleted the document from there.
So,
But I still submitted it to get it.
I know there's a button, so I'm not familiar with that. I might need to sit down with you and learn what happens. But I do know they give you a button at the top that says, why type all this in again? Why don't you just use your resume and populate all these fields in your profile? I don't recommend that.
Yeah.
Because most people's resume at this point needs to have the dust brushed off of it and get it modernized. So why let your profile reflect that old school resume? Let's get your resume up to date, but let's just type into your profile is what I recommend. And I see that's what you wanted to do too, right, Sharon? You wanted to create yours.
My resume is made in accounting and finance, but the jobs I'm going for.
Exactly. That's her nursing analogy, yeah.
Opposite.
Your resume may not be.
That's
aligned
crazy.
with-
I did come up with that backwards. But yeah, so I did the same thing. I'm in the field I want to be in, but I was going to upload mine first because I was being lazy. And this was before I was an intern, I'll be honest. But my resume hadn't been approved yet. And then I just decided, I think a career counselor came to my class. And so instead of doing that, I didn't upload it. I didn't upload the information. And so my resume got approved, but then when I met with the career counselor, which was Kim, she was like, you need to customize this. Like, you got so much information to use. And so it helped me. And so I modernized my resume, and now I'm able to see what I need to put in order to be on, not LinkedIn, I'm sorry, Handshake. So I think that's really valid information. Go ahead. No, I was just saying something.
Now, when you said, you can search for jobs in
Mhm.
other cities, is that what you said? Or
Yes,
did I
ma'am.
do that?
If you click on
So
jobs,
if I do that, what do I do? Go back up and just hit the city?
you hit jobs, and then you put the
Put
city in.
what city?
Yeah, what city you're
okay.
interested in, and you can put in some keywords, obviously specific to your industry. Now, again, it's not going to be as broad maybe as Career Shift, because Career Shift pulls from Indeed and other job postings, but Handshake is going to pull people who want Mercer students. So if you are interested in a company that hasn't contacted Mercer, we wouldn't have information on it. But it doesn't mean the job isn't available. So you might want to use Career Shift for that. If you find the job, and then you can have your resume approved through Handshake, and then what you can end up doing is going back to Career Shift and then applying through there. Or if it tells you to apply externally, kind of like Handshake did, you can go back to the career website or company website, I'm sorry, and apply through there. Any other questions? No? All right, well, with that being said, that's most of my presentation. The point I hope I got from everything today was that, we want you guys to be successful professionally. And at the end of the day, if you just take a little bit of time to learn some good stuff and utilize what you have, you're going to be successful. You're on the right track.